All right, when you do a 6th gen Camaro, you have to move this sensor. It's a antenna. I think it's an antenna. I don't know for what, but when you drill this hole, you have to move that sensor up a little bit, otherwise it'll hit. So just keep that in mind. You don't want to just drill through that because you're burning through the sensor. So I just slotted it and moved it up a little bit with a little zip tie, and then I'll just zip tie this harness up here like that. This is where I cut the hole in the body because I want the cable to come through the liner. I don't want it sticking through the trunk. So I cut this at a little bit of a diagonal, and when it comes out, it'll come out this way and swoop out of the bumper. The other part that I'm doing is I got these rubber grommets. Where is it? Right there. I got a bunch of miscellaneous ones. I just think they're cleaner. Drill a little bit bigger hole and push the grommets in there, and then put a little slash, and that's where the cable will go through, and I'll put a bigger one up there. Boy, that's clean. All right, we're mounting up the chute lever, and I got the motion one, and there's a couple brands out there with different brackets and stuff, but I think I'm just gonna make this one work the way I want. So one thing I did was just weld the nuts on the back of the bracket, because you ain't gonna get a wrench in there. So just weld those on there, and I mocked it up with some tape and measured it. So there's my 2 holes, which is gonna be something like this. So that pivot point where my thumb is gonna go in that hole, and that pivot point up there is gonna go in that hole. And that will just show the arm and the clamp, because this bracket, I cut it up a little bit. It fits in behind here, the plastic trim there. So I should be able to get it in there, snap it back together, and then on the outside, you won't see a big bracket bolted up and rib nutted or any of that crap, or this big metal one. You'll just see the arm and the pinched cap, that thing. So let me get it mocked up. All right, here it is. I got my clamp here. I got my bracket here. This is the pivot point, and I cut it behind there and got the trim all back into there, and it looks good. I think it's perfect, actually. And then the throw, I have that much throw, so that should be enough throw, but I'll test it to make sure. But yeah, I think that's a lot cleaner than having the big brackets hanging out here or anywhere else, really. I mean, the cable kind of sticks out, but whatever. I guess if you really wanted to, you could probably run this on the inside. This cup holder's right against this plastic, so you don't have a lot of room there. You might be able to like put it underneath, but I think it's fine there. And I don't sit in the passenger seat. So here it is inside the car. I'm up with my seat adjusted. I like to sit kind of close to the wheel a little bit. Shifter's within reach. I think that's perfect. I see some of them that mount it up here, but when you're in the seat, I don't want to reach that far. I mean, that's as far as my hand goes. I don't want it to go like this and not being able to push it all the way. So here I know I can get full throw out of it. And it's not in the way of any buttons or anything.